Hey, welcome traders to our new episode of Unusual Option Activity. Today is April 7th, 2022, and let's dive in. For those who are new here, Unusual Option Activity is option trades that are marked unusual using our trading algorithm in our market action app. Before we get started, here's a quick disclaimer. This presentation is for educational and informational purposes only, and this is not investment advice. So, let's look at some of the trades that we discussed in our previous video. Some of them are still ongoing, but this one is the one we're about to cover was pretty close to expiration, so let's go check that out. So we covered this yesterday in our video, and we actually were in these calls uh, uh, yesterday when we covered it sometime midday. We entered these. Now, this did move up pretty fairly, and right at the open, we were quick to kind of take profits in them. These calls were traded yesterday at $1.23. They actually closed at $1.18, and they went as high as $1.80. We didn't really go as high. We actually stopped. We actually took profits at $1.40 once the market started turning around after some of the data and the Fed comments. So look at the chart. So we did have a buy signal. We went up. We tested that line. We took some profits out, and we hit our stop losses in close to our cost, and we were stopped out sometime later in the day. However, it seems like a good, nice W pattern. Chances are it might try to break a way through and try to close this gap. So this is still good for those who might be trying it. But once again, like I mentioned yesterday, these were 7 days to expiration. Now they're 6 days to expiration. The theta decay on these will be pretty huge. So something to be careful about. Pretty rapid. I wouldn't say huge. And today, what a day it was. The market kind of just went in a U-turn. It started out, went up, and started dragging down, and then it really, really ran. As you can see, the market was a little bit shaky at first. Then it kind of came down, came down, came down, came down, and then it just ran right around after lunch hour. It just went up and up and up. So it was a great day to trade both ways. If you had the market action algo, you could trade the downside, and once you got a buy signal, you could trade the upside. And if you combine that buy signal with such an option flow, it really makes it. It can't be much easier than that. So we saw the SPY flow come in today. Almost now it says 0 DTE because when I took the screenshot, it was actually 1 DTE, and these were bought around 860K in one large order of 5,000 some at $1.50 per contract. And there were some more that came in later, another about 300K purchased for the same contract at similar price. I think it was $1.49 per contract, and it totaled up to 1.1 million. And it kept going up after that. So this is when I saw it. So as I kind of keep telling everybody, even if I'm not making these videos, I'm posting these things in our Discord where you can follow these in real time. This was something to kind of just trade through the day and not something to kind of swing trade over time. But this was an amazing trade. We actually got into this actually much lower than $1.50. We got around like $1.25 as the kind of market dragged its feet, and then this thing ran up crazy as the market just went really really rapid. It ran up as high as I think we got out around $4.50 when we got the sell signal, but it ran as high as $5, $5.1. So almost whoever bought these, they I think what called almost four times their money. Um, from $1 all the way to $5.01 if you actually got in lower like we did. So this is how you trade unusual option activity, folks. Anytime you see something unusual that kind of tracks in the app, you can combine that with our algorithm for momentum and kind of see where it takes you. And this one was the big banger of the day. And it was a great day to trade the markets. Everything kind of bounced. It was more of like, hey, we're going down, down, down. Hey, and here's a U-turn. We're going back up. So, pretty fun day. Okay, so let's jump into today's unusual option activity. Some of today's trade. Here's a big one. This is for the big boys doing some big trades with really expensive option contracts. So these option contracts, about 900 of these were traded for $250 on NVDA, the chip and video gaming graphic cards manufacturer, and these were close to 1.4 million. So there is big money behind this, with a decent amount of time to expiration. These actually slightly closed a little lower. These were traded at $14.60. These actually closed lower at $13.60. Volume not too much above open interest, so kind of like to look at with caution. But one thing to keep in mind is you don't necessarily have, if you are one of those option traders who know about trading multi-leg contracts, or you're approved by your brokerage to trade multi-leg contracts, you can actually play this as a call vertical and reduce your cost basis. So what you would do is you would buy the 250 and you would sell a higher strike contract against it to kind of bring your cost basis down. So you could do like 250 and 260. So buy a 250 call, sell a 260 call against it, and make your cost basis lower. That way you're not risking as much capital, and also since it has some time, it kind of helps you against some theta decay on your the contract that you are buying. So let's look at the charts here once again. So we kind of used our market action algo to kind of draw some auto fibs using a feature that we have. This one has actually started giving a buy signal in the short term. As long as it holds, if it doesn't hold, might be a good idea to cut it. But as you can see, this 250 strike is right at a fib level, which is very interesting. Plus, it can even go higher if given time, because there is actually a gap on the upside if that gap does actually fill. So it's pretty interesting to kind of play this. However, very pricey, so be very, very careful. So, drum roll. So for those who are new to option trading and trading unusual option activity and kind of want to get started with some low risk options, I'm going to try to find you option contracts for $1, or contracts that are less than $1. So we're going to try to find this one as many as possible, as often as possible. I would say not as many, as often as possible, to kind of highlight in our videos. Now, a quick disclaimer: $1 standard option contract. If you don't know, you should know one option contract controls 100 shares, so $1 times 100, and it will actually require you $100 in buying power. And once again, I'll do my best to kind of find some of these for you, but you can also find these yourself by just applying a filter in our app and using, hey, price per contract less than $1, and it will show you all the trades that you should consider trading, and what other people are trading in, to kind of give you some ideas. So let's jump in. So this one kind of came in XLU puts. Good one. This is about 2,800 contracts traded at 96 cents, close to $269 in premium, so close to $250,000 in premium. Good amount of time on these. Uh, they're not really traded above, so some people might be adding to their positions in here as well. This one actually closed slightly lower than whoever purchased these, so you might be getting a lower entry as well. Something to keep in mind. So let's look at the charts. So this has been kind of climbing up steadily, and it actually seems to be flagging a little bit here. So I wouldn't enter these right away. I kind of am using a trigger if a support level fails. So I kind of mark that as a yellow line, as well as the algo is still bullish. So until this changes trend, I wouldn't be entering these puts. I will be waiting on them. They're definitely cheaper right now, and they'll get more expensive as the momentum changes. But I'll be a little bit cautious and kind of wait for the price action to follow before entering these. So I've set up some alerts around these price levels, and we'll see if it gets there, and if it breaks down below, then might be a good place to enter them, because there's quite a bit of. Let me move this. There's quite a bit of time to kind of get to 73 level. It's quite a bit of downside, so you still have some room to kind of join in between if you're trying to hit that strike. All right, let's look at another one. I have not one, but two less than $1 contracts today. So we saw some unusual option activity for LUV, Southwest Airlines. Multiple sweeps came in. So one sweep came in and one trade came in. So a trade came in with 5,000 contracts at 50 cents, close to $250,000, and another one, another $250,000, kind of followed back to back within a few minutes with 3,696 contracts at 57 cents. Now this rate is also good in terms of time duration, so you have a lot of time on these, and this is fairly cheap. The only downside is that this has actually moved up a little bit. So this one, whoever entered these at 50 cents, this is already up 25 cents on the day. It even traded as high as 85 cents, but you can look at the volume on these really exceeding open interest. So something definitely is cooking here, and something to watch out for. So let's look at the chart on this once again. So there are multiple gaps, as you can see, to the upside to be filled. The stock is currently in downtrend. I think, what was the strike there again? Well, 47.50 is the strike, so all the way up here, somebody's actually looking to kind of break through the past 7-day high. But I'm very personally, I'm bullish on the travel sector, and I'm kind of watching this trend line. So once this trend line breaks, I might be looking to enter these to the upside. If it continues falling down, might not be a good idea to enter. Definitely always look at price action to follow unusual option activity. So I've set some alerts around 43.33 to see if it even gets there, because that will be a clear trend break, and then it might ride to the upside. And once you enter them, obviously use good stop loss, and hopefully by that time our algorithm will also start giving a buy signal. As you can see, the volume is there's a lot of green volume coming in at the end of close versus previous days where there was not a lot of volume coming in, most likely influenced by the unusual option activity. And that was it, folks, for today. Make sure you go ahead and download our free mobile app on our Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Use the keyword market action. Once again, the keyword is market action without spaces. You can also visit our desktop app at marketaction.live and sign up for a free trial. And here's a quick teaser about the market action algo. If you're interested, we really have a promotion going on for the first few subscribers of the algo. Will get it at a really deep discount. And to view the algo and to purchase it, go to marketaction.live/algo. And once again, thank you for watching. Please click the subscribe button and click the notifications icon as well. I'm going to take a little pause when you do that. Good thing, once those notifications once we release new videos, the notifications will give you a notification, hey, we have a new video and content available for you to see. And please feel free to comment below any questions or feedbacks you may have. We'll try to improve the quality of our content, and once again, we'll try to educate as best as possible and share trade ideas whenever we come across them. Our motto is, let's be better traders together. So thank you once again. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good rest of the week. We have Friday tomorrow, so not a whole lot going on, but have a good rest of the week, and we'll be back again with our next video. And please trade responsibly.